The Sharp Tank. No jumper. Sharpest, coolest podcast in the world. And normally, I don't bring in, I don't like to interview my homies. I don't like to really interview people that, it's cool, but you know what I'm saying? I don't really try to base my, my content off that.
Right.
But this one was a must.
Yeah.
This one had to happen, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's been a long time.
Hey, man,
coming.
we said we were going to see each other at the top, man. You know what I'm saying?
And we did just that. I got Pretty Boy P.
For the record,
what I say?
Mother man. 2 D's for a double dose of the most. You know what I mean? That mean I'm going to do a double XL every time. What I say?
How you feeling today, man?
Oh, man, I'm keeping my weather together, you know. Rest in peace of Big Pretty, man. You know the blueprint to this pretty shit. If they didn't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going through the motions, but, you know, I'm still gathering it together. It ain't hit yet. We ain't buried my nigga yet.
Yeah, it ain't really hit to me just yet that he's gone. You know what I mean? And he left behind a lot of good memories, I think, for all of us.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? That we can all sit back and we can reflect on. So, shout out to him. Shout out to his family, his daughters. You know what I'm saying? Everybody there. I know his mama, everybody.
Everything pretty.
Everything pretty, man. You know, so... Yeah, that funeral, I ain't even gonna be ready. I ain't ready. I ain't ready for it either. But, you know, hey, man, what don't break us make us stronger, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like we gonna mash through it, man. We gonna be all right.
For sure.
Talk to me, man. What's been going on, Jack? It's a whole bunch.
And, you know,
you don't even know me, and you done known each other for the longest.
Listen, man, so much going on, but hey, man, I got 100 unreleased songs right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Popping my mother shit.
Right.
Elevation. You know, elevation requires separation. So, you know, I had to kick back a little bit.
Yeah.
Focus on myself, revamp.
Right.
Now we ready.
I heard that. I gotta definitely, because I know you, but I want the viewers and, you know, people who watch this, I want them to know you and who Pretty Boy P is. Let's walk down, let's walk them down memory lane a little bit, you know what I'm saying, and your upbringing, man. Tell us where you from.
I was born in Carolina, you feel me? My mother was killed through domestic violence, you feel me? So I moved with Granny. That's when I turned to the streets, you know what I'm saying? Got into a lot of shit, but you know what I mean? I was an athlete too. So a lot of shit that I did, I got away with in school, you know what I'm saying? But fast forward.
Well, let's go back. I don't want to leave you, because I want to know, like you said, you lost your mom to domestic violence. What do you remember that day? The day you found out.
You know what I'm saying? I was playing Pop Warner, you know what I'm saying? And her and the dude was getting divorced, and my mom was supposed to have went to her friend's wedding, but she never came home. And they were getting divorced, her and her husband. So, you know, I remember that day, you know, before my Pop Warner game, because she never missed a game. And the guy read the Lord's Prayer to me at breakfast, you know. But then after breakfast, he cleaning his gun. So before my game, he's riding around looking for her car around town. So I guess he said, you know what? I'm going to drop him off. You have to come home. You have to get your son. So after that, we had a pep talk after the game. And, you know, she was just letting me know, take care of your siblings and prepare for something big. And he killed her after that. Made us go to sleep, then he killed her. Then my grandma, you know what I mean, took over.
So this happened, how old were you when that happened?
11.
11. So you've been with your grandmama since you was 11. Yeah, you can move the mic around.
Yeah.
So you've been with your grandmama, you was with your grandmama from 11 years old up until you was grown.
Yeah.
Damn, bro. Had her, like, you have other siblings too, right? It was you. It was you and who else?
I have my little brother and sister.
That's just a shame, church. You know what I'm saying? Especially losing your mama at such an early age in your life, 11 years old. How's an 11-year-old even wrap their mind around that?
Man, listen, I went through a whole year of not remembering shit, bro. The whole school, everybody crying, they shut the school down. I literally passed my class, my grade, by crying. I don't remember nothing. So I was kind of like what's the word I could say?
Well,
reinvent it after then because it's like life is new to me. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
damn, bro. Fast forward, you say you lived with your grandmama. Was you starting to mess with music around then?
Yeah, I always wrote, to other instrumentals and beats and other people's songs. That was my dream.
That's normally where it starts, like you just start freestyling or what we would call just messing around, effing around, whatever, trying to figure it out. Yeah. So I do get that. Yeah, no, I'm just curious because you're very good at your craft. Right. You know what I'm saying? You know how to, you definitely know how to put down some shit. Right. We gotta walk, but I gotta know, when did you leave Carolina?
Well, I was always back and forth during the summers. You know what I'm saying?
It seemed like you ain't there like that no more.
And then it was like I had my mind made up where I wanted to go and where I wanted to start my music career. So I'm like, man, your city you from, sometimes, like Bootsy says, hypnotized with hatred. They don't see your vision. You get what I'm saying? Till your vision is active. You get what I'm saying? So I went far away as I could.
Right. And I noticed that, because I love you, bro. A lot of us love you. I feel like you by way of Dago. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really your roots is rooted in you. Yeah, it's rooted into you. And I think people get that kind of misconstrued sometimes because they'll be like, "Oh, you're not from here, or you're not from there." Like you don't know what am I?
Look, I got my game from Dago.
You feel me?
Period. It was Trap or Die in North Carolina. I got a lot of game from Dago.
Yeah. Let's talk about. Because I'm definitely curious to know, because me and you've never really talked about it like that, but I definitely want to know, like, the relationship with Hugh Filthy, the No BFE, the label, because you were there for a while. Right. You know what I'm saying? Walk us through that. Like, how'd you link up with him? How'd you get
shit, man,
get into that?
I would run into bro and, mutual friends, and it's just like, I chopped it over, bro. I'm like, man, what's up? What's up with this music? He like, man, you got something going? I'm like, yeah. And the shit just networked, but as far as like the No BFE thing, we had these things called compilations. You got CD 1 through 4. So after the No BFE thing, that kind of like was the end of that. And then he transferred to FOD. You get it? Yeah.
So you feel like that was just y'all was just doing like a run, compilation run? I
wouldn't say it was a run, but ideas come, things change. Like I said, elevation. You know what I'm saying? When you're dealing with something, you don't know how life gonna take it, but you grow. Word. He did FOD. I still did FOD stuff, but as a man, I'm focusing on my brand too.
So after BFE, so you did know BFE, you pretty much consider that was just a time of your life doing a compilation, pretty much doing a collaboration with him.
Facts.
Okay. I was always curious, man, because I was like, I know you was with him for a while and you was dropping a lot of projects through there. Right. What was the first one you dropped over there?
My first project over there was, I want to say Trap Fiend, Volume 2.
So you already had the Trap Fiend Volume 1 out. You didn't do it
I
through
had
his
Volume
label.
1. My first compilation of my CDs was Itchy Palms. Then it busted Trap Fiend.
I remember the Itchy Palms.
Then it busted Cold Hearted. Then we got I was on No BFE 4. That was my tape. Right. You know what I'm saying? And, just keep going with the catalog.
Yeah. So you wanted to, that's why you took Trap Fiend. You got Trap Fiend today.
Yeah.
And that's why you're doing Trap Fiend now.
Brand, I got a couple artists coming out.
Yeah. So you feel like you went over there, you didn't just do music, you learned the blueprint.
He definitely gave me game.
Learn the blueprint.
For sure.
To where now you feel like you can take on a couple artists.
For sure. I'm ready for that now.
Yeah. So I got 100 unreleased songs
100.
ready to go.
100.
Man, bro.
I've been working. Sometimes you got to sit back, get your work good.
So you can take a break.
Yeah, I took a break, focus on myself. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, at least you got a body of music sitting back.
Man, I got 16 albums out, man.
You do. Bro, you got a lot. You've been working for a long time. And these albums are out. They've been put out where you can go and listen to them on iTunes.
Look it up, stream it, everything.
Everywhere, stream it everywhere.
Pretty Boy P, man. Yeah, everything.
How long ago do you remember putting together Itchy Palms? What was the making
of that? Put together Itchy Palms around 2014, I think. But let me tell you a story about that project. There was a song I felt like that was missing. So when I was like 14, I wrote this song dedicated to my mama. And I ended up putting that on my first tape, and that's how I knew it was done. Like, I wasn't happy. I was like, something's missing.
Yeah.
And then, boom, I found the song I wrote and added to it, made it better. And, you know what I mean, that's how I ended that CD.
Yeah, so you say you put the song that you dedicated to your mama when you wrote it at 14 years old?
14 years old.
Did it sound like you were still 14?
Man,
when you rapped it?
I mean, it didn't sound like I was 14 because I revamped it. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So
you didn't just put it out as you still heard it.
As I wrote it, at the immature mind frame I had. No, I put it together.
Did you tweak some of the words in it, or did you just rap it like word for word how you said it?
I didn't rap it word for word. I tweaked, a lot of things to make a better understanding to my fans. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, your music has been great, but I want to know what morals and principles does Pretty Boy stand behind? Like, what builds you? What built this character?
Man, the trauma, for one. Loyalty. Finding myself. Really knowing who I am. See, a lot of people don't know what they are, who they are, what's going on, where they going, or what's to come. You got to find those factors within yourself.
Yeah.
Because it ain't everybody's fault. See, sometimes when we get into situations, we want to blame everybody instead of take our own faults. So that's the part of being a man, or shall I say an adult.
A lot of people never take responsibility for their actions because I guess it's easier to live under a lie.
Right.
It's easier to lie to yourself.
To blame instead of accept your ups. You get what I'm saying?
What's one up you felt like you had to accept and it was a hard pill to swallow? Something you was like, damn, I can't believe this happened, but I don't even know how I'm gonna get out of this, but you made your way. What's one you can always remember, never leave?
There's so many, man. I was beside my best friend, man, at probably like 15, we in the club fighting, he got shot in the head. Instead of us, because these guys came back with burners, you feel me, in the club. And us young, drinking liquor, not even supposed to be in the club, it's like, I wish at that moment I said, bro, let's go. We done fought. But no, we staying here being hard-headed, got something to prove, doing shit we ain't got no business.
Lost him, 15 years old.
No, I ain't lose him, but I just wish that didn't happen. And I lost another partner. He died, though. So we in the club, it's 3 guys in front of me, and it's us 3. We fighting them, boom, boom, boom. Get in the business. They come back like 30 minutes later. Like, what's up? Y'all want some more? I'm like, shit. We with it. We young. We off liquor. We're not even supposed to be drinking like that. So boom, the guy right here shot my best friend. Security killed him. Boom. The guy right here shot my other partner. He got hit in the kidney with a 4.5. Security killed him. Boom. The guy in the middle killed the security. Boom. So it's like everybody dropping beside me. Everybody dropping beside me. I'm the only one that get hit.
You was the only one that didn't get hit?
Only one didn't get hit. That's why I know my mama's my guardian angel.
Yeah, you ain't never told me that story, nigga.
Man, listen,
That's crazy right there.
Days, you feel me?
So you say, like, the security guard killed 2 people before he got killed?
Well, he had it was 2 security guards that were shooting. And the one that got killed was his brother.
That's got to be crazy at 15, just watching the bodies drop next to you.
And then just imagine you just seen your mama get shot 9 times, stabbed. A couple years later, your best friend gets shot in the head and your partner gets shot in the kidney. It's like, this turmoil is still twirling with me.
Yeah.
Then it's like, I lost Big Preddy the same way I lost my mama, domestic violence. So, I don't know. They say God give your toughest battles to his strongest soldiers. I don't know. Shit be trying to break me down, but you know, I ain't gonna break. I ain't gonna fold.
Yeah, no, it seems like definitely like you've went through.
What I say?
Man, you've said a lot. And it just seems like you've been through a lot, bro, and a lot of trials and tribulations.
Right.
Do you feel like, because a lot of people would have crashed out pretty, like from that shit, bro.
It was plenty times I wanted to crash out.
I'm talking about like, say, f it all. Like,
bro,
don't even care about self-being.
It was so many times, but that's the, it's a great thing when you got people behind you that care about you. Because there's certain situations where people made me not do nothing. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, turning down certain situations don't make you a bitch. We trying to last long.
It take a hell of a man to say that too.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That don't make you a bitch if you are smart. Because a lot of people got a lot of gangster shit to prove. It's about the bag. So many people crashing out. And then you gotta understand, people got kids, family. Man, you leaving that shit behind, man. Think, use your head. I was dumb once. I was dumb once.
Yeah.
The bigger picture.
You say it won't get you again.
Man, look, God's grace.
Yeah. No, it's definitely, I definitely commend you for going through some of the struggles and being able to face some of the struggles that you've had to endure. I mean,
Right.
like that's tough, bro. Losing your mama, watching your best friend get popped.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I mean, to a lot of people, they'll be like, oh, well, okay, but have they ever went through that? Like, been there for some shit
listen,
like
bro,
that?
I just even seeing comments like, nigga posted an Instagram post, put a song. It's just like, the people that are commenting and talking, 9 times out of 10, they ain't been through nothing real. So how can you give me instructions or advice on something when you don't got nothing in your portfolio? It's impossible. See, you can't let people trick you. You gotta be smart.
You being well traveled.
Yeah.
Because you're a well-traveled guy, especially in the music game.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? Who have you been trying to do any collabs? Been trying to work with anybody lately?
I'm gonna keep it 100. When I did the No BFE FOD thing, you know, I did a lot of collabs, bro. I can't tell you, mainly a lot of stuff I've been doing is my stuff because I got a lot of shit to get off my chest. See, I feel like with music, it'll get boring and repetitive if you're not going through things. You know, they don't want to keep hearing about the money, the cars, and you know what I mean, the flash and shit. You know, this shit is self-explanatory. I don't have to tell that. I want to motivate. Like how these situations we talk about, I want to elaborate on things because there's people going through things like that.
So are you trying to just... So I think my question is here: Are you trying to just make good music, or are you trying to touch the heart? You trying to touch the soul? Is you want your music to reach a deeper message?
Man, I want to leave my legacy. If I do features, you know what I'm saying? It's gotta make sense to me. You know, I'm not at that point of just making music to make music anymore. It's gotta make sense to me.
Yeah. You think that's where a lot of artists, like especially you, because I feel like you independent. You kind of you've done a lot of collabs. You've been under shit. You've been under labels. I know this, bro. You fucked with Capitol. You've been through a lot of shit. But for you now, do you feel like you could take Trap Fiend to the next level?
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And that's where I think I'm trying to go.
And
with
I feel like I can get in the booth with anybody because the truth will set you free.
Yeah.
I don't think there's nobody that out-rap me because my story is my story. I'm in competition with myself.
What would you classify your music as? Trap rap,
I'm a versatile artist, man, you know, because it depends on the beat. When I hear that beat, that's what mood I'm going to be in.
What part of Carolina are you from, Preddy?
It's a little city called Burgall, the sticks. You know what I mean?
You said the sticks.
Hide people in ditches and shit, you know.
Yeah, the sticks.
The sticks, what I say.
A lot of shit go down in the sticks.
In the sticks, man.
How is it being like just transitioning from being in the country like that, being in the sticks, to moving around big cities? Yeah, like.
Man, you know, I had to step my game up to get my name up.
Yeah.
You know, I had to change my whole, you know what I mean, look. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had the mother Vizu jeans where I come from.
Yeah.
You know, at the time, you know, I was younger. And then I'm like, man, they wearing skinny jeans and Vans and, you know, it's just a whole, you know, we wearing Timberlands over there. They ain't wearing that over here.
Yeah.
It doesn't even get cold in Southern California. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know,
do you feel like
transition.
coming from the South, being from the South originally, do you feel like some places in the South, and not all, because Atlanta's obviously, you know, it's a very cultural place, like with music and everything, but do you feel like some places in the South, maybe like Burgall, like places like that, are left kind of behind? Like they're kind of left in the times, they're behind on things.
Yeah, that definitely is. It's definitely slower out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that'd be a lot of motivation I give back to those places, because it's like, oh, he's wearing this. Oh, he's driving this. Oh, he's living like this. Like, I remember one point in time, you know, I ended up having a car, you know what I'm saying? It was a Ford Fusion, but it was new. This was before I was, you know, this was before I really had some real motion.
Yeah, Ford Fusion.
You know what I'm saying? Before I had motion. But it's so psyched out and slave mentality wise, it's like, boy, you got that new car, you know the police gonna mess with you. I'm like, man, I ain't doing nothing wrong. Why I don't deserve to live a good life?
Why don't you deserve to drive a Ford Fusion?
But they're you know, Willie Lynch, bro. You know, they stuck in that. See, the South is where the slavery shit came in. They stuck in that Willie Lynch mindset.
Yeah.
So it's just different.
Maybe not all, but there are a majority.
But those
for sure.
small towns, no.
It's still alive and well. I never forget, me and you, we were, this is years ago, and I think we had landed in Atlanta.
Right.
We went to go pick up your Panamera. We flew in from Vegas. We went to go get your Panamera. I shot my ass up to Miami. So I shipped it up to Miami.
Man, you drove down in my Porsche, and you got the, you know what I mean, the Aston.
Right, but why I brought it up was because of this. I remember we had took some back roads through Georgia.
Right.
Remember, to get to a main highway.
And I'm letting you know, this is what it looked like where I come from.
Yeah.
And like, this shit looks scary as a mother.
I'll never forget, there was this pickup truck coming down the road.
Right.
And he had like one of them flags on the back of it. And like me and him are pushing down in this pretty ass burgundy Porsche, sliding, two niggas in the car. I see the truck stop its brakes. And he looked out the window.
Right.
Turned around and looked out the window like, what the fuck y'all doing over here?
Out of bounds in the motherfucker.
Stopped right there in the street.
I'm going to tell you what that is, though. That's is what we call a sundown town. You know what that is?
When the sundown don't be around.
Man, listen, that sundown, if you not of a certain race or color, you better not be in that city.
I never knew it was alive and well until that day.
Man, it's serious.
Because we was just taking that back, we had to take like that back route. Remember, it was just a long ass road. It wasn't even, it was to take us to the main freeway. And I just remember seeing this truck just stopping his tracks. Like, cause I seen him already cutting his neck, and I turned around, I'm like, bro, this nigga has stopped in the middle of the street. He had like one of them Confederate, them flags hanging off the back of it, like in the middle, like on the post.
Real Klansman shit.
Real Klansman shit, bro. You didn't have to deal with too much of that growing up, did you?
It's like this.
Like racism, like real bad.
It was in school, but it was like the kids were taught to get along with the others. It wasn't like, how can I explain this? It wasn't like skinhead up in the mother school and all that. Like, kids were bred to blend in, but outside of this is what's going on.
Right. So you said it wasn't too much in the school.
It wasn't too much. But you know, the ones that wear the John Deere outfits and you know, shit like that.
This is the segment where I know we got to touch on this, man, because, you know, I always felt like your game was impeccable, man, you know, and you're very laced and you're very seasoned.
Right.
I got to know, man, when did you decide to pick up the ism and pick up the game? You know what I'm saying?
Mean, you know, I always had game, man, even since a youngster, man. Girls like me. You know, like, I mean, look at me, man. Yeah. Everything pretty.
Right.
It's the blueprint.
Well, I always look at it like this, right? We weren't always, we have to start from somewhere. And I know we wasn't always the cleanest niggas. So, you know, or not even clean. Of course, we'd be clean health-wise, like, you know what I'm saying, hygiene-wise. But, like, to have on all the designer, have on all the jewelry and shit, you know, niggas had to really, we had to really rely on mouthpiece.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And what we could say to a chick, you know what I'm saying, to have them with us. I don't think me and you, we didn't come from having monies and silver spoons.
We didn't at all, but you know, I always had a way with a chick, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I just am who I am, the product of what I am. My name is Pretty Boy.
Yeah.
It speaks for itself.
What do you feel about marriage? What do you feel about marriage?
I'm going to tell you one thing, what I struggle with. Because of how my mother died, love will get you killed played in my mind. And I slowly evaporated from that until just recently of my brother getting killed by his chick. So that put me at a funny situation because I'm like, man, I'm starting to ease up, wanting to accept love from a female, but it's just like, how? Because it's like, am I sleeping with the devil? Am I sleeping with the enemy? Who can I trust? Because life have shown me different things. And that one subject that has always played with my mind was love. That 4-letter word. Love will get you killed.
So is it safe to say that...
What I say?
Is it safe to say that you'll probably never love a female?
It's safe to say that I might have feelings for a woman that have my kid because she birthed something that I've been missing a long time.
You said that's probably the only way. That's a different type of love, though, right? It's like, I love you for having my child.
I'm so scarred. I need a different type of love to know that you have some type of love for me. If that makes sense.
Run that by me again.
So
run it back by the viewer.
Basically, what I'm saying is, you can't just tell me anything. You have to show me. But I feel like the only way that love subject is going to come within my peripheral is if I have a seed. And I'm going to thank and appreciate that woman that have that, because what I've been missing is a part of me. So that brought another part of me. But I'm not just going to have a baby with anybody.
Yeah, it just seems like love might be off your radar, Church.
Facts.
I don't think that's something that you... And, I mean, I guess we all... And I'm not going to say I guess. We all yearn for some form of love.
Right.
It doesn't have to necessarily be with a woman. You know what I'm saying? It could be, you know what I'm saying, just, you know what I'm saying, friendships. And just, you know what I'm saying, bro? Just good relationships, healthy relationships. Right. So I get that. But I'm just like, to probably be in love with a woman, and especially some of the things that I feel like we've seen.
That's hard for me, bro. You know, I done been through it. I done been through those situations with those situations scarring me. It's just like, you can't talk about it, you gotta be about it. If you love me, man, show me. But
when's the last time you loved a girl?
Last time I loved a girl in high school.
I thought you was gonna say your mom, but
I mean,
like not like that, but like a love. Like you said, like the last time you had any type of love. Like anything,
like compassionately, like break it down.
Like, well, I'm just saying, like, because I know love, like you said, that 4-letter word is a big word, and it can mean, and it can stand for a lot of things. Right. You know what I mean? So I would think probably the closest thing that you even had to some love, because that's the first woman that I think any man loves in their life is their mom.
I'm gonna reframe that. The first girl I lusted for was in high school.
There we go. Yeah. You lusted for her. I lusted for
her. And nailed her to the wall. What I say?
Do you, when you, let's say this, when you with a chick these days, do you base the relationship off of sexual vibes, or is it more on a mental scale?
Man, I'm gonna tell you one thing about me, man. I done hit some of the baddest. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about sex.
So,
it's about a woman being an asset, not a liability, and not a headache. Period. What I say.
Hey, let me know when we can find a chick that can drop two. I'll take a bitch that just got one of those.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
man,
all these bitches got all three.
Man, social media done this shit up, bro.
Why you feel that way?
Because, man, everybody thinking with they, you know what I mean, brain in their skirts, man. The first thing you gonna see on the chick page is her with her booty out, man. Like,
yeah.
It's a lot of females that's like, oh, niggas ain't shit, but it's like, oh, I gotta do this on the first date, or I want this. It's like, man, you're showing the man what you're offering.
Yeah.
So what you mean? Why he asked you why he had to on the first day?
I always said the same thing, and I always put it in the format of this, right, Preddy? I always say, look, if you're sitting there and you're giving a man images of you lying on your back, sexual, like just photos of just explicit photos, you showing more skin than probably what you should show.
Right.
And then you get mad when a motherfucker sends you a dick pic in your DM or get mad.
I'm not a piece of meat. I'm not these other bitches, man. Please,
yeah, but
you're doing the same thing. What I say.
But expecting different results. That's a true definition of insanity. That's a true definition. Is doing the same thing as everybody else, but you're expecting to be treated something different. I don't get that, Church.
Man,
I never have.
Act your age, not your shoe size, ladies. Do you hear me?
It seems like a lot of these older chicks want to be the young ones these days.
Man, listen, man, I don't know,
midlife
man.
Crisis.
I know some 50-year-old little girls.
Man, midlife crisis much?
Man, I'm talking about ready to commit suicide and take a nigga down too. Because she thought she was right.
You know, I gotta touch on it, and I've been waiting to touch on it.
Yeah.
Until I saw you and brought you here.
Right.
And we can actually raise the awareness together. Because I don't want people to ever think that it's just women falling victim to domestic violence situations.
Man, listen.
You know what I'm saying? And look, man, shout out to the ones that have had to go through that and overcame that.
Shout out to the domestic violence, man. I feel y'all pain. I've been through it. But there's other things that need to be said. And we're going to touch on that right now.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like just with people thinking that it's always a woman that goes through domestic violence situations, men can go through them too.
Right.
And I just don't want that to be overlooked because, I sat down with a gentleman yesterday, Johnny Mitchell, I think it was, on the Connect podcast. And I sat down with him and we got to talk about the game or whatever, right? He didn't give a about really what I went through. When we got to talk about the pimping, and I say some shit I went through, it kind of would get overlooked. And I had to point it out. I'm like, but you see how you'll start talking about some bitches and sympathizing for some bitches that ain't even here.
But man, at the end of the day, are you sympathizing for yourself too, though, bro? You get what I'm saying? Because I'm going to tell you one thing about this. It ain't just women going through domestic violence. There are women that are emotional, irrational, and impulsive. You can tell a person no one time, and that could be end of the situation. After you told them yes a million. Females are move off emotions, bro. So as a man, you have to, the heart of the home is the man. As a man, you got to know how to control your situation and know what you're dealing with. See, that thing that you asked me about sex, a lot of people will confuse sex with love, the right thing.
And right thing,
you get what I'm saying? So it's like, before you know it, you're tired of her. She's tired of you because what's being brought to the table? What have we accomplished? Where are our goals? All I seen was a badass bitch with some big tits and a big ass. And all I seen was this guy with a chain on or some jewelry or a nice car. This nigga got a nice car, ain't got no house or no pot to piss in.
And this bitch and this nigga have nothing in common.
Nothing but sex. Man, come on, man. We got to get back to the mind of this. Period. Why are you with him? What has he done for you? What has she done for you lately? I'm not going.
Yeah.
I say.
I'm not going either. And I'll be honest with you, and I think a lot of chicks, they take that wrong. Like, well, you're supposed to be the man, right? You're supposed to be the one with the plan. Yeah, I got plans, but if I got a bitch that's trying to be, she's trying to be combative towards my plans, you know what I'm saying? How's that ever gonna work? And then you still expect it. I never understood it.
Man, listen.
And I said this 1,000 times, bro. I said I never understood how a bitch, Josh, for real, I never understood how a bitch will kick, cry, and scream all the way to the finish line, then she want to wear the medal first.
Man, listen.
You want to put the first place medal on it first. Hold on, bitch, you cried, kicked. I had to drag you and still won the race.
Right.
Had to drag you, complained, kicked and cried the whole motherfucking way.
And you know, a lot of
now you want to wear the medal first.
A lot of that shit stems from a female don't want a nigga to get higher than her. She want to keep him out of eye, because guess what? If he gets higher, he's gonna get the right one. He's gonna get the bitch that appreciate him. You know you up, and you know you're not treating that man how he's supposed to be treated. So you're trying to keep him down.
Facts.
Period.
And I'm not, listen to me, and I'm not, because there are women out there. That's what I'm saying. I love those women, because there's women out there that really want to cater to they want to see their man win. Hell, and if a bitch want to see me win, church, I genuinely will always make sure that she does too.
Yeah.
That she does too.
Yeah.
No, like
she's a reflection of you.
I get that I get that they're not every day could be great.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not every day can be perfect. You know what I'm saying? Glitz and glamour. But like the less stress is very hey man, I that's a gift. Like I love that. Like that's a dope trait that I will always love in a real woman. It's like trying to bring less stress. When she see you got a headache, let me leave him alone a little bit instead of coming up in there and trying to be on some bullshit.
Yeah, but it's kids raising kids, bro. Like, you gotta understand, they don't come from the cloth of our grandmothers and mothers. It's kids raising kids, bro. I gotta have females that don't even know how to properly clean their ass, don't know how to cook. Nigga, my grandma go crazy if I brought a woman home that don't know how to cook. Do you understand me? But you bad.
And they be proud to tell you that, I don't cook.
What?
They be proud to tell you. That shit should have been, back in the day, that shit was an embarrassment. It's like a bitch would try to go learn on the sea. Like, I got to try to learn because I don't want to be able to cook for my nigga.
I can't eat out every day. I want something good. I can't eat out every day.
That shit fucks your stomach up, bro.
It's not healthy.
It's not. So you feel like... So you feel like you definitely could utilize having a woman, and now you would like to have a woman around you like that to be able to cook, clean.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Of course I want a woman to cater to me, and I definitely would take care of mine. Of course. But it's just like the coin has flipped. When do you think the coin has flipped? Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
When has the coin flipped, Sharp?
Social media, where, instead of a bitch having to face her problems or face the struggles that she may have going on in her household, she'll run to social media and look for comfort.
Man, I done seen so many situations where one little fallout, a mother will go straight to their story and post subs. How can you trust somebody in your household that posts subs about you and let you know what going on in this kingdom?
That's a person you can't
and
never
know
trust.
Who you dealing with.
That's an enemy.
Period.
That's an enemy, Preddy.
Period.
That's why I feel you. Like, are you sleeping with the enemy at that point?
Man, listen. People better pay attention to what they dealing with.
Well, I always feel like this. And even,
what I say.
And even with my homeboy, rest in peace, my brother.
Right.
Nigga Big Preddy. I feel like with that chick, she felt like she knew him. She felt comfortable. She felt like, you know what I'm saying? And that's where it really stems from. It's always from the people that, my motive is this. It's always people that think they know you. It's always the closest ones to you that do the most scandalous, most fucked up shit, most vile shit. It don't be no damn strangers. Strangers and motherfuckers walking up off the damn street ain't gonna do no shit like that.
I feel like, man, it might take 10 years to get to know the person that you with, bro. People change like the weather. People change like the seasons, brother. But you have to analyze who you're dealing with, because it gets you in a world full of trouble. People antagonize, you know what I'm saying? People do mischievous things, you know what I'm saying? So you just gotta pay attention to what you're dealing with.
Have you had situations like that where you've dealt with a dud and you've been like, damn, I'm trying to get about this situation?
Plenty, but I understand the less you feed into it, the better for you. Sometimes less is more, because a person that's thinking irrational is going to think they're right. You're not going to win. So why do I got to prove myself when I know what type of God and king I am on earth? I don't lose a female loses me.
What do you think bothers a person, or like, let's say a female? What do you think would bother a person in a relationship the most? Me personally, I think what would bother him is silence. I always notice a person gets mad when you go silent on them. That's the worst thing you can ever do.
A guilty dog is gonna bark.
It's when you go silent on them. I notice it causes a bigger friction than it would if you were just to sit there and argue with them. You know what I'm saying? I always was taught sometimes if you ain't got nothing good to say, it's best not to say nothing at all, because some words you just can't take back.
Well, I'm gonna tell you one thing about me. I love living by myself.
Me too.
Any chick I deal with got their own place, car, everything.
Right.
Because guess what? When I need my space, it ain't that I don't like you, but sometimes I need my space. Sometimes I just want to be left alone. It ain't I don't like you. I just need my space.
Yeah. Have you had chicks ever tell you, like, well, if I don't live with you, I can't with you?
Well, guess what? You better go find Joe Brown, because I'm going to tell you one thing about Preddy. Hey, listen, I'm not losing no sleep. Guess what? You ain't for me. What I say?
Have you ever found yourself having struggles of getting away from a chick? And what I mean by that is like this, like you could get out tomorrow, you could leave everything, but she still be on your phone. She's still trying to show up places that you're at. Like, if you're at them type of,
a stalker.
It'd be up. It'd be hard to call them stalkers. I want to call them that.
Intentions of being a stalker.
I want to call them that, but it's like these are bitches that I feel like we with. You get what I'm saying? Like, so. But yeah, some stalking ass ways for sure.
I ain't really had too many people play with me in that sense.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? So, cause I'm a millionaire. It ain't about just having money being a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. Baby, this ain't for me. And I think you need to go find someone with a paper route and go his shit up.
I always said that to chicks.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I dig you. And I'm going to say this. I always said that to chicks. I'm like, look, there's always somebody willing to do the shit you want done. The shit you want happening can happen tomorrow.
What you won't do, the next will.
Don't try to force me into it just because you like me and you feel like I'm a perfect fit for you. Nah, bitch, fuck all that bullshit.
Do not put no agenda together for me. You knew who I was when you signed up for this shit.
They just forget.
Well, I don't forget, man.
What are some of the struggles you feel like you've had to overcome in the music game, having relationships, just growing in the industry overall?
In the beginning, second guessing myself. Overanalyzing, did I say this right? Did I spit this right? At the end of the day, us as artists, it's not us to critique what the fans want to hear. They're going to let you know. And then it's so crazy because you can have a song, right, and be like, man, this the one. And then you have that one song that you don't like, and that be the song they like. It's just so confusing sometimes. But it's just like, that's why whatever I record, that shit gets put out. I ain't here to think about it. I spit what I spit. I said what I said.
So you say you don't have any problems in that. I gotta know, like, have you had any problems in trying to build relationships, being from the game, came from the game? Have you had a problem trying to build relationships in the industry? Have people like, but what I'm saying, for example, people batting eyes at you, like they want to let you in, they just kind of nervous because of your background.
I'm gonna tell you one thing about this shit, man. When your light shines so bright, it shakes people's demons up. That's not my job to worry that a nigga don't like me, because I'm gonna be pretty, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do what I do. That's a personal problem with you. But I know it's been people in situations that might have a platform more than mine, or I can tell insecurities in certain people that I've been around that are more famous than me. I've seen it multiple times. Like, they know if it's over, he's.
So you don't take it as they're timid to fuck with you. You take it as they're intimidated.
For sure.
To fuck with you.
For sure. Because niggas know my, what's the word? My potential.
Yeah. Well, the only reason I said that because I know that, you know, us coming from, like, there's a lot, this shit's opening up.
Right.
It's starting to become a big melting pot. You got a lot of people coming from the streets, from other different lives that are that are walking into the media side, that are walking into the rap, into the, you know what I'm saying, just into putting music out and shit like that, that are actually starting to catch a buzz now.
Right.
I just feel like they're only opening up the door to us so much. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like they're timid and with us because they think about our backgrounds.
And not only that, you know, when you're a plant, you're easily controlled, bro.
We'll never be that.
Some people, you know, people like us, it's like you can't just tell us anything. I'm not crashing out. I'm not about to embarrass myself for this. Because, hey, man, like Gucci said, I've been having it before the rap shit, man. I was who I was before. I might not been as, you know what I mean, updated, but I still have my swagger jack.
Well, you don't feel like people like Gucci Man, hell, people like Young Jeezy have transitioned completely to a whole different side of things. I mean, if you sit back and you listen to a Young Jeezy album, it's not going to sound the same as a Thug Motivation. It's not going to sound, you know what I'm saying? Like they switch it up. I feel like they do switch character. I feel like they do kind of conform their personalities.
I feel like that subject I can touch on because I don't like listening to my old self because I don't want to stay in that lane. So I get that. But as far as me changing my morals and standards to please somebody, nah.
You feel like a lot of artists do that these days?
For sure.
When you talk about like the industry plans.
Yeah.
Are you an industry plant?
Nah, man, I'm independent, man.
If I ever found out that like you were playing with me, like, and you really like came up in here playing one day, like, oh no, I'm not, and then I find out this nigga, we're catching a fade. I ain't never said that.
Man, we've been kicking.
Me and you,
I've been kicking. Hey, man, listen, I've been kicking your ass since long hair, man. I've been kicking your ass since you had long hair, man. You know what I'm saying?
This nigga done been outside my house, riding the mansion. This nigga outside my house, foreign car, drunk. This nigga done been crying. I ain't gonna say to who, man, but man, the bitch won't act right, man. What's going on, man? When did this happen? This ugly ass nigga. This nigga done been sitting outside my motherfucking house ready to fight. I'm like, Church, you mad this morning? We just went out. I got a mansion. I'm saying we was at my mansion that morning. I just pulled up in the ass. He pulled up in the Panamera. I think you had a big ass Beamer to 750 at the time you pull up. We sit there after drinking. You was just mad. I'm like, nigga, what's wrong with you?
That's when I had the 7, but yeah, I have pulled up with the Porsche Panamera too.
Your ass,
Forgiatos, you know what I'm saying?
Your ass, bro. Man, I've known this man for years. It's always been an honor,
man,
to know you, to with you. Like, I feel like you are the epitome of what a real artist should be, because I'm gonna be honest, if I owned a label tomorrow, I wouldn't want to with a nigga that didn't already have some motion going.
Facts. Man, look,
like, show me what you've been doing, like how you work.
I'm gonna tell you one thing about me. I'm already put together, catalog. Man, listen, I am the epitome of an artist.
I'm not gonna lie, your catalog is extensive, and your catalog is thorough. Like, it's there, and
it's a lot of good game.
Your ass made, and you made a lot of money off of it, bro.
Sure.
I've watched you tomorrow. I'll be honest with you, and that's why I feel like I love the transition of you, because you could go without a bitch the next 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, and still be good.
I'm gonna tell you one thing about it. Having like the blessing of making money off something you love to do, it's been times where I ain't have people around and a random rap check hit the mail. Like nigga, that's a blessing.
Let you know you're on the right path.
Man, what? And I seen how much it was. I'm like, oh shit.
You feel like that's telling?
Like I'm about to go drop a tape tomorrow.
Right. You feel like that's like a message being sent to you in a sense.
You know, you gonna get messages from the universe for sure. Definitely was. Stay on this. Don't go back to what you was.
Yeah.
Because if I go back to who I was, you know, it probably won't be no more me.
Are you afraid of fully transitioning?
Never. I'm ready for growth. You know, sometimes God has sent us down for us to grow. You can be in prison in your own household. That makes sense to you?
Yeah.
You can be in prison in your own household. See, one thing about it, God,
I think everybody in this room can resonate.
God will sit you down when it's time for you to sit down. What I say.
So you feel like for you, could you ever go like mainstream, or would you like to where like you go sign to a label, like they tell you like, look man, give us Trap Fiend, we with your music, just come rock with us. I mean, I think you got to beat more capital after this.
Listen, man, my goal on this earth is to be a generational curse breaker, brother. I'm gonna leave my legacy.
Yeah.
If that's what it is, that's what it is.
Yeah. They've grown this stigma on pimps or niggas that come from the game.
Right.
You know, to where they're sex traffickers, they're women beaters, womanizers. You know, what's your take on that when you hear that?
My take on, man, you know, I can't really speak for nobody else, but you know, right is right and wrong is wrong in every situation. Mm-hmm. I don't believe in, you know, nothing with no kids and doing all this weird ass shit. You dig what I'm saying? So,
yeah. So that's not the game. You feel like that's not a part of it at all?
I don't know nothing about that.
I don't know why they always thought that motherfuckers was taking money from somebody. I'm like, do they understand that these bitches giving? They'll give it.
Listen, man.
You know?
My motto in life about anything is, this is by choice, not force. If a girl don't want to with me or a guy, feel free to leave me the alone.
Yeah. Hell no, me and you came from the same division. So like our thought process is
so let me ask you a question.
Come on.
What happened with the Crane Crushers? I remember you was rapping.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you supposed to be rapping with me.
Yeah. Well, to be honest with you, it wasn't that the music wasn't working. And, you know, a lot of people ask all the time online.
Right.
They'll call me Crane Crusher Sharp, whatever. Like, whether it's joking, whatever. That's how I know it would have worked.
Right.
If it was still moving today, it would have worked. It would have took off into a whole nother atmosphere. But to be honest with you, bro, it was too many Chiefs and not enough Indians.
Right.
You know how it is.
You branch off and focus on yourself.
I did, and I'm still making music. But to be honest with you, I just got caught back up in the game, dog.
Yeah,
that's what kind of happened to it. Like, I just got unfocused from that. You know how this shit go.
Right. I know for a fact me and you got music together that ain't been dropped.
It's never been out. I
know the world would love to hear.
It's never been out. We dropped that shit 8 years ago in my basement, in my theater.
Longer than that.
I had a movie theater we dropped that shit in, downstairs at the mansion.
So you don't think it's okay to be versatile in the world that you in?
Well, you know, I think it's up because where me and you come from, we was always taught it was pimp or die. It was to be one way. It was always set to be one way.
Man,
and if you wasn't like that, let me land.
Right.
And if it wasn't like that, then you wasn't that. You know what I'm saying? So when I get on today and I'm doing these podcasts, I'm sitting here, man, Sharp Tank, no jumper, got Josh behind the boards. I sit back and I think like, damn, dog, what was I doing all these years? Like, why didn't I, even if I didn't all the way transition or whatever, right? Like, just to start putting my hands into other things. So I could have been way richer.
Let me reword what you're trying to say. You felt like it wasn't cool for us to wear too many hats at one time.
And there's a lot of brothers and sisters
Right.
that are from the game that are very talented or have other things that they're, you know what I'm saying, have other tools that can be utilized.
Well, let me wrap that up then. We're going to wrap that up with this. Never get comfortable in anything. Never get too comfortable. No matter what somebody tell you, because the next person don't know your destiny. What I say.
Well, I look at it like this, Preddy. It wasn't necessarily comfortability. It was just doing what we know.
No, when I say get comfortable, as in, for instance, how you said, certain people said, oh, if you do other stuff, you're not this person or you're not that.
Yeah.
Like, you can't let nobody trick you out of your blessings. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I meant about not get comfortable.
Well, you and I both know the division where we come from, and we'll keep it brief, and we'll wrap up after this. But like, I look at it like this, bro. The circle me and you come from, you know that's how it was. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was taught one way only. Nigga didn't teach you, like, the nigga might have taught you the game, but he didn't teach you how to take your money and go put it into an escort. He didn't teach you how to go put.
Me how to be myself.
Man, come on now.
But, you know, that's okay. You know, steel sharpens steel. Iron sharpen iron, and a lot of time the blind leads the blind. You dig what I'm saying? So I got a message to everybody out there, man. Whatever you feel that you want to do, don't worry about what people think, because they're never gonna jump on in the beginning.
No.
But once your idea take off or whatever you f***ing with, they gonna all try to act like they was there from day one. Just focus on you.
Hey, man.
I say.
The truth need no support.
Man.
Pretty Boy P. R.I.P. Big Pretty.
R.I.P.
Y'all
Big
know
Pretty.
what it is, man. Our division gonna still stand strong and still thrive. You dig? Hey, man, I appreciate you. And hopefully we can come sit down again.
Man, we gonna do it
I don't need
again.
no nose for you, nothing. I just
man,
know
this
you.
shit is organic.
Come on, man.
I
you
love
know what it is, hey,
you
man.
my brother from another, what I say.
Hey,
You know
always.
what time
Trap
it is.
Fiend in the building, man.
And
We
let
had
me
everybody
say
here.
this before he exit. This is not fabricated. This is him. Me and this nigga slept on the floor together. You hear me? So all these weird comments and all this shit, man, don't try to motherfucking salt shake my nigga, man. This shit is official tissue, and you just heard it from his day one,
That's one of my day ones, man. For real, for real. And I want y'all to know, man, I'm definitely going to have to sit down with this brother again. We definitely going to have to kick it, man, and kick some more game. Pretty. I love you, church.
I love you, church.
Everything pretty.
And shout out to, man, I seen a couple guys I done music. I seen Sauce Walker. We all know the guys I was rapping with, Phil. You know, it's a couple other people, man. Y'all keep doing y'all shit, man.
Yeah. Pretty. We
I'm
gonna
out
see
here.
you again, man. Sharp Tank. No jump.
Church.
Sharpest, coolest podcast in the world. Another triple double. Hey, Josh, shoot us out the motherfucking gym.